students, welcome to the session of Wise Wednesday. In this session, today we are going to learn mensuration. As I believe आपने अपने sample paper देखे होंगे, you are getting some questions of mensuration as well as in previous year questions also. If you have seen, हमने वहाँ पे भी mensuration के questions देखे हैं. So today I've taken the topic mensuration. Let's begin with the topic. तो यहाँ पे हम दो क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करेंगे, दो क्वेश्चन and every question, as you know, every question has 5 different parts. We will be solving all the parts here. Look at the basic concept. You know, मेरे जो questions and questions से आपको एक basic concept पता लगेगा, उन concept को use करिए and use them, learn करिए उन concept को and use them in your different questions. So let us begin with the questions here. The first question says, the government decided to build a park for the residents of Vyom colony. The length of the park is supposed to be 60 meter, whereas it will be 50 meter wide. A concrete tile path 2 meter wide would be laid just inside the outer boundary. Okay, so from this I can understand that the government, you know, if you would have seen the colonies, which are new colonies which are planned, they do have a park. Yes, that's the necessity, of course. So they do have a park. So the length is given to us as 60 meter. The breadth is given to us as 50 meter. And the tiled path, cement tiled path, that we are going to have about 2 meter. Okay. So through and through, if nothing is mentioned ke, you know, vertical side ke around itna hai, horizontal side ke around itna hai, kuch bhi mention nahi hai, so that path would be through and through 2 meter. Rest of the area would be covered in grass. That means the center area would be covered in grass. Two people A and B will do the work of tiles and each will be paid rupees 100 per hour. Fine. Let us see how much data we actually have to use. You know, some of the time it happens that कुछ data ऐसा हो सकता है दिया हो जो आपको कहीं ना कहीं question में use भी ना करना हो. Let's see what is there in the question. इस तरह का question है. Now remember, if we have this कि यार 60 meter is the length of the park, then can you tell me the actual length of the park or the grass covered area, what it would be? Students are usually confused in this. Ma'am, 2 meter का path है तो क्या होगा 60 minus 2, 58 meter की हमारे पास, you know, उसकी length हो जाएगी. No, this is the point where the kids make mistake. Path 2 meter का right hand side में भी है और 2 meter का left hand side में भी है. तो actual length of the grass area, that would be 60 minus 4. And that would be your 56 meter. So let us look at the questions first. What we have in the questions. What is the actual area covered in grass? The actual area that's covered in grass is, you have seen कि यहाँ पे हमारे पास this was 60. So when we cancel the 2 meter path, when we remove that 2 meter path from here, from this side and from this side, it will become 56. Easy questions, easy question आया. So area would be length into breadth. So length becomes 56 and the breadth is given to you as 50 meter. So instead of this 50 meter, what do you have to take? 2 meter. You'll remove from above, 2 meter from below. That would be reduced to 46. So when you multiply this, you will get the answer as 6, 7 and 5 and 2. 2, 5, 6, 7. That is your C is your answer. 2567 and 2576 meter square. That will be your simple answer. कि वो area जो कि केवल grass से covered था. Path is along the boundary. So you remove the area of the path. How do we remove the area of the path? Simply what do we have to do? 2 meter from each side of the path we have to remove along the boundary. And that will give us that area which is covered in grass. Let me move on to the next question. Okay, the conceptual questions I've given here. कि यार अगर आपको you know concept ही समझ नहीं आ रहे हैं, so you can refer to this video. You can refer to the actual concepts which are taken in this video and you can use them in other mensuration questions. क्योंकि concept वही रहेगा. Formula आपने learn कर लिए हैं. Formula तो मैम मुझे mensuration के सारे याद हैं, लेकिन question solve नहीं हो रहे. That's the reason कि हम concept को apply करना नहीं जानते. For example, ये बहुत basic question, अब देखिएगा. If a tree almost covers an area of about 20 meter square, मैम कैसे एरिया कवर कर रहा है? वो तो यू नो ट्री का एरिया तो अगर हम नीचे देखें तो इट्स अराउंड यू नो ट्रंक इज कवरिंग अराउंड दिस मच एरिया. ट्री की शैडो कंसिडर करें तो कुछ राउंड में इतना एरिया आ रहा होगा. डोंट गो इनटू टेक्निकलिटीज. एक आपको एक मोटा मोटा एक नंबर दे रखा है कि यार इफ अ ट्री इज ऑलमोस्ट कवरिंग एन एरिया ऑफ अबाउट 20 meter square, you have to find the number of trees that can be planted in the garden. Now this is very obvious question कि यार जो गार्डन होगा, हम ग्रास पार्ट की बात कर रहे हैं, there is a pavement, tiled pavement, उसमें we are not going to put the trees. That is obvious? Yes. So what was the area that we did calculate from the previous question? That was around 2576 was the area, I believe. Yes, that area was 2576 meters square, and every tree, this is the area that's covered by every tree. So this is a simple question, how many trees could be there? So you just have to divide 2576 by 20. That's going to give you an approximate of 128.8, an exact number of 128.8, जिसको हम approximate करके 128 लिख सकते हैं, क्योंकि point में we are not going to put the trees. So B is the correct answer here. Same kind of question I believe we got in 20 हमारे CLAT में आया था 2021 में, right? There was a room given, और उस रूम में we were given some chairs and some tables, and कि अगर इस रूम का एरिया है और we have to cover it with the chairs. Many of the students did it wrong, क्योंकि concept simple था, लेकिन ये है ना, the application of concept is not usually clear. The formulas are very clear, but the application of the formulas क्या है यहाँ पे? Area divided by area, that's it. अगर आपसे for example आपसे पूछा जाए कि यार एक मिठाई का डब्बा है आपके पास, यू हैव अ स्वीट बॉक्स, और इसमें कितनी मिठाइयाँ आ जाएंगी, तो यू आर वेरी क्लियर बिकॉज यू हैव द आइडिया ऑफ द वॉल्यूम ऑफ द बॉक्स एंड यू हैव द आइडिया ऑफ द वॉल्यूम ऑफ दैट पीस ऑफ स्वीट दैट यू हैव, राइट? दिस इज एग्जैक्ट सेम काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चन. सो हाउ डू यू फाइंड आउट कि यार कितने पीसेस आ जाएंगे इसमें? दैट्स वॉल्यूम ऑफ द बॉक्स अपॉन वॉल्यूम ऑफ द ऑफ अ पीस ऑफ स्वीट, and you have an idea about it. So the same thing is happening here. कितने trees आ सकते हैं? We have the area of one tree, we have the area of the whole garden, so let's just divide it and you'll get approximately, if the whole garden is to be covered with trees only, then we can have 128 trees. Next question, if square cement tile of length 2 meter are used. Okay, first thing to be noticed कि केवल 2 meter दिया है, then again square cement tile दिया है, that means it is 2 into 2. Are used to pave the path around the park, how many such tiles would be required? So first of all we need to get the area of the path. That is what we need first. और path का area कैसे आएगा? That's very simple. Area of the outer rectangle minus area of the inner rectangle. We will get the area of the path. That's it. So what was that? 60 into 50, because this length was 60, this breadth was 50, minus हमें पुराना एरिया जो इनर एरिया है वो तो हमारे पास ऑलरेडी था, दैट वाज अराउंड 2576. सो व्हाट आर वी गोइंग टू गेट हियर? वी आर गोइंग टू गेट 3000 minus 2576. Here we get 4, 2 and 4. That's the area. Now अभी एरिया निकला है, we still need कि how many such tiles would be required. Tiles कितनी है? Area of the tile is, again this is the area, 424 is the area. We need area of the tile. केवल 2 लगाने से काम नहीं चलेगा. Area is length into breadth, square tile है तो that's going to be 4, 2 into 2, that is your 4. That's it. This gives you your answer. Answer would be 106. That is option A. Okay. So here also area of the path upon area of the tile. This is an important concept. Though very easy, it is still important. As was observed later on that fencing was also required over the boundary of the park. Okay, the boundary was not enough, fencing was also required, and if a meter of the fencing cost rupees 24, you have to find its total cost. So that's again easy, because boundary, what's the boundary? Boundary is nothing but your perimeter. So boundary was the outer one, right? That is 60 and 50. So we will calculate the perimeter and we will multiply it with 24. That's going to give us our total cost. So that was twice L into B, and that's going to be 60 and 50. Here we get around 110 here, and 110 would be multiplied by 2. That's going to give me 220. And if I multiply it with, I'm going to multiply here only with rupees 24. I'm going to multiply. Okay, so if you, I Let me write the answer. Then I'll multiply it in the end with 24. Okay, so that's going to give me 220 meter, since it's the perimeter, so that would be 220 meter, and the cost would be 220 meter into 24 rupees. That's all. This will give me my answer. 22 into 24, that is all what I need. So that would be 8250. That would be 5280. So I hope this is clear. This question is also clear and the answer would be C. Let's move on to the last question. There is also something given about two people are working. Okay, fine. Let's move on to the next question. The next question says, if A alone can complete the work of tiles in 12 days. Okay, fine. We have a person A and he is completing the work in 12 days and B is 3 times more efficient than A. यहाँ पे बात आ जाती है एफिशिएंसी की. सो मैम तो मेंसुरेशन का था, उसमें ये हो सकता है मतलब एफिशिएंसी टाइम एंड वर्क कैसे आ रहा है. एनीथिंग इज पॉसिबल. यू नो यू हैव बीन सीइंग द सैंपल पेपर क्वेश्चंस. यस, यू आर गेटिंग दीस काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चंस. सो ए इज कंप्लीटिंग द वर्क इन 12 days एंड for B it is said कि B is 3 times more efficient than A. तो अगर A is completing it in 12 days, B will complete it in 12 divided by 3, that is 4 days. That's it. He is thrice more efficient. So B will complete it in 4 days. What do we do here? What will be the total work? Here it is said that if they are working together, they will be able to finish the whole work in how many days? Let's take the LCM of 12 and 4. That would be 12 only. Now we'll find out the per day work. Okay, my students call this the spider method. So 12 divided by 12, that gives us 1. 12 divided by 4, that gives us 3. 3 plus 1, that is the per day work. A is able to do 1 work per day, whereas B is able to do 3 work per day. Again efficiency, A अगर एक काम कर रहा है तो B 3 काम करेगा पूरे. ठीक है, एक टाइल की बात नहीं हो रही, यहाँ पे एक काम की बात हो रही है. एक काम कुड बी एनीथिंग, कि सपोज पुटिंग 10 टाइल्स इज 1 वर्क. इट कुड बी एनीथिंग. ए जहाँ पे एक काम कर रहा है, बी वहां पे 3 काम कर पा रहा है, एज बी इज 3 टाइम मोर एफिशिएंट देन ए. टोटल वर्क विच दे आर डूइंग टुगेदर इज 4. whatever our LCM is, that is considered as the complete work that they both have to finish. अब यहाँ पे आप अगर 24 भी लेते हैं कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, क्योंकि यहाँ पे 24 लेते हैं. इन दिस केस यहाँ पे 2 आता मेरे पास और यहाँ पे मेरे पास 6 आ जाता. दैट वुड हैव बीन द सेम थिंग. ठीक है, डिवीजन करता है वो सेम चीज आती. तो यहाँ पे क्या है, टोटल वर्क दैट दे हैव टू फिनिश टुगेदर इज 12 एंड दे आर एबल टू फिनिश 4 वर्क टुगेदर इन 1 day. So they will take how many days? 3 days. 3 days is your complete answer. Okay, so I hope you were clear with this concept. Let me move on to the another question. Next question says, Mr. Anil has 2 plots. One is in the shape of a rectangle and the other in the shape of a square. Okay, some mistake seems there. And the other is in the shape. I forgot to write the shape there. It is in the shape of a square. The square plot has a side that is equal to the breadth of the rectangular plot. Okay, fine. So Mr. Anil is there and he is having 2 plots. One is in the shape of a rectangle and another one is in the shape of a square. Fine. We do not know, so I'm just making I'm just making the plots there. Okay, let's continue. The square plot has a side that is equal to the breadth of the rectangular plot. Fine. तो इसकी जो side है square की, that is equal to the breadth here of the rectangular plot. Length and breadth of the rectangular plot are in the ratio of 5:2. So this is 5x and this could be taken as 2x. If this is taken as 2x, definitely the side of the square will also become 2x. It is known that the perimeter of the square plot is 120 meter. Now come on, this is given to us already. इसका जो perimeter है, that is 4 times into A. A is your side, so 4 into 2x. That is given to us as 120. So this will become easy. What would be the value of x in this case? See, that will go, yes, this will go 3 times. We are left with twice of x equals to 30 and x की value will have as 15. So x comes out as 15 meter. Therefore, 2x will come out as 30 meter. That means 30 meter is the side of the square. Similarly 30 meter is the breadth of the rectangle, and when my 30 is ratio 2x, या फिर मैं इस तरीके से I can put it this way कि 2x ratio is 30. What would be the ratio 5? I'll remove the x also, उसकी भी जरूरत नहीं है. 1 ratio would be 30 by 2, and what would be ratio 5? Ratio 5 would be 30 by 2 into 5. That's it. It goes 15 times, and 15 into 5 gives me 75. So I have the length also, that is 75 meter. Clear? I hope it is clear till here. So in this case, previous question में हम डेटा सॉर्ट नहीं कर पाए थे, ज्यादा क्वेश्चन से हमें ज्यादा आंसर्स मिल रहे थे. यहाँ पे with the help of the question, initial question only, वहीं पे हमने सॉल्व करके we have calculated various datas. तो हमें रेक्टेंगुलर प्लॉट के बारे में सब कुछ पता पड़ गया, हमको स्क्वायर प्लॉट के बारे में सारी इंफॉर्मेशन मिल गई. लेट्स मूव अहेड विद द क्वेश्चंस. What is the ratio of the perimeters of the square plot to the rectangular plot? Remember, whenever you get the questions, यहाँ पे question solve करना पड़ रहा है. From this caselet you have to solve it. वहाँ पे questions usually easy हो जाते हैं. What is the ratio of the perimeter of the square plot? Square plot का क्या perimeter है? Square plot का perimeter होगा हमारे पास, it was 30. 30 was one side, so 4 into 30, 120 is the perimeter of the square plot. और rectangular plot का क्या था? Perimeter twice into one of the side was 75, another side was 30. Right? This was, so this will give me together of, it will give me together, and it will give me 120 here, and that's going to give me a 210 here. Okay? That's it. And what will be my answer? I can divide it by 4. It goes 3 times, and no, I can divide it by 3, not by 4. I can divide it by 3. It will go 4 here, and it will go 7 here. So 4:7 is my correct answer. Clear? That's it. That was all that was required here. Okay, moving on to the next question. Area of the square plot is what percent of the area of the rectangular plot? Now in this case we need to calculate the area of the square plot. Again, area 30. Area is what we need. So one side was 30. So what do we have? 30 into 30, that gives us 900 meters square. Is what percent of the area of the rectangular plot? Now a rectangular plot, अगर more or less होता तो यहाँ पे हम subtract करते. It's directly asking what percent of the rectangular plot. So rectangular plot का हमारे पास area क्या था? See, instead of getting the area, I'll simply write the sides here. Why? क्योंकि मुझे cancellation में आसानी करेगा, है ना? Let me just remove meter square and meter square. We have some meter square से meter square will get cancelled. Yes, and into 100. So that's going to give me a 3 here, 30, right? I'll divide it by 25. It goes 3 times, and this goes 4 times. So what I'm having, a 10 here. This gives me 40%. That's it. 40% is my answer. Remember, whenever we are asked what percent of, तो जिसका पूछा जाता है वो नंबर जिससे पूछा जाता है, जिससे कंपेयर किया जाता है वो अपॉन में आता है. ठीक है. इफ वी आर आस्क्ड व्हाट परसेंट मोर और लेस, सो व्हाट हैपेंस इन केस ऑफ मोर और लेस, आपको जितना ज्यादा है जितना कम है वो निकालना पड़ता है न्यूमरेटर में. सो न्यूमरेटर यू नीड द सबट्रैक्शन अपॉन द ओरिजिनल वैल्यू दैट इज आस्क्ड है, जिससे कंपैरिजन पूछा है. Mr. Anil wants to fence is both the plots. If the cost of fencing is rupees 25 per meter, how much will it cost Mr. Anil? Okay, so again I'll write here 30 was the side of the square plot. Okay, 30 into 4, that was 120 was this plot there. और हमने पूरा perimeter निकाला था rectangle का भी. 210 was the perimeter of the rectangular plot there. This gives me 330 meter. And similarly, if the cost of fencing is rupees 25, I'll just multiply 25 here, and that gives me an answer of rupees 0, 5, 2 and 8. Okay, so my correct answer seems to be B. That's all. Next question. Next part says, if Mr. Anil wants to sell 1/3 of his rectangular plot. Rectangular plot हमारा जितना भी हमारे पास, उसका 1/3 he wants to sell. Okay. How much of the total plot will be left with him now. So remember, he is selling out the rectangular plot. So here we need the area. So what was the area of the rectangular plot? 75 was its side, was its length, and 30 was its breadth. So let us find out here first of all, so what it was. 15, 16, 25, 21, 22 and 0. Okay, this meter square is its area and he wants to sell 1/3 of it. ठीक है, how much of the total plot will be left with him now? एक तो remember total plot, total उसके पास एक square plot भी है. Mr. Anil also had the square plot. Okay, so that is 900 left with him, plus he is selling 1/3 of it. So don't calculate, हमें सीधा ये calculate करना है कि what is left with him. He is given away 1/3, he is sold off 1/3, so he is left with 2/3 of it. So directly calculate 2/3 of it. Okay, instead of calculating 1/3 and then subtracting it from the original rectangular plot and then getting कि अच्छा 2/3 अपने पास रखा है. No, don't do it this way. ठीक है, do it which way? यहाँ से कैंसिल आउट होगा. See, 75 मल्टीप्लाई कर रहे हैं 3 से, यहाँ 3 से डिवाइड कर रहे हैं, तो अगेन इट बिकम्स सिंपल. द आंसर वुड बी 75 ओनली, 750 ओनली. So this comes out as 900 plus 1500, and what plot, what part of the plot he would be left with? He'll be left with 24 here and 00 meters square. So he'll be left with an area which is equals to 2400 meters square. So question में से ही आंसर निकलता जाएगा हमेशा. Once you just start doing it, I'm sure you will be able to do many questions there. If the length of the square plot is doubled, square plot, okay, what was the length there? अच्छा ठीक है, what is the ratio of the, यहाँ पे हमसे रेशो पूछा है, तो जो अगर आपने द लेंथ वाज देयर 30 मीटर, आपको वैसे करना वैसे कर लीजिए. यहाँ पे सिर्फ रेशो पूछा है, वी डोंट इवन हैव टू पुट द वैल्यूज. लेट मी से लेंथ ऑफ द स्क्वायर प्लॉट इट वाज L, नाउ इट इज डबल्ड, सो इट बिकम्स 2L. व्हाट विल बी द रेशियो ऑफ इट्स एरिया टू द एरिया ऑफ द ओरिजिनल स्क्वायर प्लॉट? नाउ यहाँ पे it becomes L and now here it becomes twice of L. So area in case of original, in case of original length the area would be L square, and in case of the new length twice L कर दी गई है. What would be the area twice L का square? That would be 4L square. So it is what ratio? So we just have to find the ratio of the original to the new. That would be simple. L square is to 4L square. Okay, what do we need? What will be the ratio of its area to the original? Okay, its area to the original. Many would do the mistake here. Remember what we need here. We need its area to the original. If you want to use the value 30, you can use the value 30 also here. No problem in that. बस ये देख लेना पूछा क्या है. What will be the ratio of its area to the area of the original square plot? So new area is 4L square and its area would be L square. That would be definitely 4:1. That's our option C. And we also have option D. तो अगर अगर आपने क्वेश्चन सही से नहीं पढ़ा होता तो आप डेफिनेटली अपन डी भी मार्क कर सकते थे. That was all for this session. Keep on checking out our channel for more such new videos. Keep on learning the concept, keep on doing the questions. This was all for the session. Thank you so much.